We deal with them every single day, and most of the time, we don't even think about it. I'm talking about the invisible rules of public space. And today, we're going to make those rules visible. I mean, have you ever had that happen? That super awkward moment where someone corrects you, and you're just completely confused. You've just broken a rule you didn't even know existed. That flash of embarrassment, that's exactly what we're going to dive into.
Okay, so to get into this, let's meet Nina. She's an international student, and our whole story kicks off, like so many do, on a totally normal, everyday train ride home.
So, Nina's an international student in a big city. And if you've ever been in that spot, you know that public transit isn't just a way to get around, it's your lifeline, right? For Nina, the train is pretty much her map to this new, bustling place.
So, picture this. It's one evening after class. The train is crowded, she's super tired. You know that vibe. End of a long day, everyone's just kind of in their own bubble. All she wants to do is just relax for a minute on the way home.
And so what does she do? Exactly what a lot of us would do. She sits down, pulls out her phone, and starts watching a funny video. The sound's on, and to her, she's just having a little private moment, trying to decompress.
And then it happens. The guy sitting next to her leans over and says, "Excuse me, this is a quiet car." Boom. In that one sentence, everything changes. Nina's just run smack into an unwritten rule she had no idea was even a thing.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. Nina's first reaction isn't, "Oh, sorry." It's just confusion. Total confusion. In her mind, she's thinking, wait, I haven't broken any laws, so what's the problem?
Let's really unpack this disconnect, right? From Nina's point of view, she's thinking, I didn't see a sign. But in reality, there is a sign. It's just a small one. She thinks, I'm not breaking the law, and yeah, she's technically right, but that's not really the point here. And the biggest one, she feels like her sound is just for her, but what she's not getting is that in a shared space like a train car, your sound affects everyone.
So just imagine what's going through her head. She's confused, she's embarrassed that this guy just called her out. She probably feels a little unfairly targeted, right? I mean, she didn't see the sign, and she definitely wasn't trying to hurt anybody. Her intentions were totally innocent. And this next part really drives the point home. A little later, two security guards walk through the car. They look around, and they say absolutely nothing. Why? Well, because Nina didn't break a law. She broke a social rule, a shared understanding, and that, my friends, is a whole different ballgame.
So as you can imagine, Nina's still reeling from this whole thing. She tells a friend about what happened on the train, and this conversation, it's the key. It's what's going to unlock this entire mystery for her. Her friend says something so simple, but it changes everything. Public rules are not only laws, they are rules for sharing space. And just like that, it all clicks for Nina. These aren't rules written down by some government body. No, these are the little agreements we all make with each other just so we can all get along in public.
And this is really the heart of it, isn't it? These public rules, they're like the operating system for society. They're these shared, unwritten agreements that we all follow to make public spaces work for everybody, to keep things pleasant and running smoothly.
Think about it this way. When you're in your own room, you can do whatever you want, right? Watch videos with the sound blasting, it only affects you. But the second you step onto that train, everything changes. It's not just your space anymore. You're part of a public space, and your actions have a ripple effect on everyone else.
But here's the best part. Nina doesn't just get this as some abstract idea. Nope, she puts it into practice, like the very next day. So check this out. The next day, she gets on the train, sits down, and what does she do before she watches her video? She puts on her headphones. It's such a simple, tiny action, but it means she can still enjoy her video, her little private moment, without disturbing anyone else.
So let's look at the before. Remember the day before? People were uncomfortable. You could probably feel the tension in the air. Her actions, even though they were unintentional, were making things awkward for everyone.
And now, the after. Today, because of that one small change, the result is massive. She looks around and people are just calm. No one's looking angry. The vibe is totally peaceful. And that, right there, is the power of these unwritten rules. It shows how one tiny act of being aware of others can completely change a shared space for the better.
Okay, so what does Nina's story have to do with you? Well, everything, because what happened to her on that train, it's basically a small version of what all of us do every single day.
We're constantly navigating these invisible rules of being in public together.
So the crucial point is this. A lot of these public rules are unwritten. They're there to help us all share space without driving each other crazy. What we do in public really does affect the people around us, and just being a little bit aware of this stuff makes these shared spaces better for absolutely everyone. It's really all about respect, isn't it?
I mean, think about it. We do this stuff all the time without even realizing. Like letting people get off the elevator before you get on, or, not having a loud phone call on a quiet library. We follow tons of these rules constantly. So I'll leave you with a question to chew on. What's just one unwritten rule that you count on every day to make your life just a little bit easier? Something to think about.